That's the scariest sound I can possibly make if I tried. Sounds are scary. I am also scary. What am I doing right now? Why am I down there in here? Well, imagine down there, the top of my head. Wait, that part, my hand right now, this is the Vietnamese tunnels that they made during the Vietnam War. And then now my hand up here is the surface. This is where the war was going on that was not in the tunnels. Now imagine being down there in the tunnels, dark. It's just like Minecraft. The only lighting you got is these torches against the wall. You just smell dirt and stone and yuckiness. Up top, on the surface level, you hear people dying. You hear people screaming, yelling, going, oh no. You might hear guns, right? You might hear sirens. You might hear kabooms. All of these sounds, terrifying. Not only that, you gotta imagine you're a soldier back in the day. They didn't have technology like they do now, so most likely they were very sleep deprived. They were very emotionally starved. They were going through it. They were not in good states of minds. A lot of that has to do with the fact that they have to be okay with just killing people too. Like that's a whole different place up here you gotta be. They're rationalizing how okay they are as a person, if this is even good. So even just as that, it already is not a fun time. They're going to be down there in the tunnels and they're going to be freaking the freak out, y'all. I remember when I was younger and I would go down into my basement with no lights on and I would be scared to death. So that's probably how it was, but even way worse. Now, war is really interesting to me because so many things that we have done in war, whether not only just us, but us as humans, right? Any culture, any country. We have had some of the smartest people in the world work on some things that are insane that we even have, that are real. Like there's certain weapons, there's certain technology we use that doesn't seem like it should be real at all. I'm sure you've heard about so many of them. Straight out of a movie and it's in real life. I find it fascinating because of how powerful it is, how extreme it is, how much it doesn't seem like it should be real. But I find it saddening and kind of scary because it's real. Like there were people who worked on that, who knew the destruction it caused and the horror brought into the world, and they still did it. Some of them didn't have a choice because that was their only income. Some of them didn't have a choice because if they didn't do it, someone else would have done it on the opposite team and use it against them. So I understand, but at the same time, it's like, by golly, that's scary. The particular thing I wanted to talk about today for a little bit was the use of sound as a weapon. I've really been into learning about sound for years now. I do make music, so I've spent a lot of time studying frequencies, studying just certain ways sound affects emotion, how sound affects the world around it. I think it's so cool that metal can't be moved by me, but then I can play sound from a speaker and that can move it very, very fast. Obviously it's not gonna break it, but it's just always been interesting to me that sound carries a property to it that can literally affect everything. It almost seems mystical, right? But it's not really magic. It follows laws of physics, but the ways our brains perceive it makes it seem like magic, and how it interacts with the world, like what I was saying. I would love to have some conversations with people who used sounds and weapons. I think I would have breakthroughs myself. I could learn so much. But these people would honestly have to be classified in some type of evil category. Like I said, there might be certain circumstances that would push you to do such a thing, but I just don't know if me, that person, would have the same views on stuff. But imagine being down in those tunnels, already going crazy because you're sleep deprived, you're food deprived. You haven't had a hug in weeks. And not only are you hearing bullets and screams above you, you start hearing scary Minecraft cave noises. Hey! I'm working on a website to house all my music, videos, and community. Phase 1 starts on Patreon. If you're interested in helping the vision come to life, or even just supporting the project, I'd love to see you over on Patreon. Link in the description. If you want to help support my fight against Spotify, this is the way to go. Basically, there were engineers and people who understood how these frequencies of sound works on the brain. They understood what range would impact what emotions of the human body. So basically, a deep noise, like the bass of a song, where it's boom, boom. They understood what that would do to your emotions subconsciously. They would test sounds that were higher pitched, like tss. They would try to see what that does. They would do medium pitch, where it would be like, or it's a combination of both. And they found out the exact range that caused the most fear, the most like panic mode in the brain. And they would have sounds that were scary noises, but pitched up on these frequencies that messed with the brain. So they would take a normal scary sound that's already terrifying, but make it sharper in the right frequency place that it needs to be in order to really make it psychologically like insane. Because those sounds naturally would not occur in nature. They have to be artificially made because they're so manufactured. And the fact that they target the specific frequencies needed to make you go sicko mode. So our brains are not capable of just being okay with that sound going on. They can't just adapt to that. They've never been experienced to it on that high of a level. But I've been learning about certain cases where this has happened and been used as an actual weapon. And I just try to like stand in the shoes of the people who they were used against. And oh my God, dog, that would be so terrifying. Like it wouldn't even be funny, dude. Like there's been studies that show your brain reacts almost like it's on drugs to music. When it's listening to good music it likes, it releases endorphins as if it's on drugs, right? So when you study the exact frequencies needed to invoke emotions like fear and panic, it's like that same thing. It literally induces certain like fear, things into your brain where it starts panicking, like against your will. It's you literally get induced into the state of mind without your own consent or will, because the sound is being blasted into your ears from up above. Like you would lose it. Like I don't know how to, it's so scary. It's the type of thing where it's like killing people in war is already so bad, but when they would use like sound as a weapon, they sometimes wouldn't kill the people. They would just use it to like lure them out and then get them. And it's like, dude, I don't know which one is worse. Would you rather go through that terrible time and then just be taken as a hostage? Or would you rather just be boom, 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 200 pumped to the head? I just don't like war, man. And to be in the age of post some of the worst wars that we've had, it's an odd feeling just to know in everyone's lineage there's just so much ugliness of how we treat each other, and people have gone extreme lengths to create weapons and things that only do destruction. But for me personally, there's just a lot to learn from sound, and even when it's used as a weapon, there's still stuff to learn. So I thought it'd be cool to talk about because it has to do kind of with other things I talk about. But if you're smart enough to figure that type of stuff out, just please don't use it as a weapon and we'll all be okay. You know, just make fun stuff with it. But yeah, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one, because obviously this was great. I've been moving the whole time. I was up there earlier and now I'm here. Like this video so more people get to see it. They get to see me move from over there to here. And then comment down below what you think of this topic. If you think it was okay, if you think it was wrong, and comment down other weapons that were also used that I could talk about that were very unique and weren't just obviously like a weapon. I don't want to just talk about how someone got shot, you know, I want to talk about this type of stuff. So let me know your thoughts and feelings, maybe how you would feel if that was used against you. Because I would freak out. I would freaking freak out. I would freaking freak. And then listen to Blakey on all platforms. Blake with a Y. Blakey. Blake Y. Blakey. Music everywhere.